the ancient wisdom traditions of India, among the Ashtamaha Siddhis, one profound Siddhi is called Laghima Siddhi. Laghima means lightness. It is the ability to become so light that one rises above heaviness. Not just physical heaviness, but mental heaviness, emotional heaviness, and spiritual heaviness. And in modern leadership, this Laghima Siddhi carries a timeless message. Because one of the greatest burdens a leader carries is not work, it is weight. The weight of expectations, the weight of responsibility, the weight of criticism, the weight of uncertainty, the weight of people's emotions, the weight of unfinished dreams. Many leaders do not fail because of lack of intelligence. They fail because they become too heavy inside. And when the mind becomes heavy, vision becomes blurry. When emotions become heavy, decisions become slow. When ego becomes heavy, relationships become difficult. When the heart becomes heavy, leadership loses its grace. That is why Laghima Siddhi is not mystical alone. It is psychological, it is practical, it is transformational. A true leader must learn how to remain powerful yet internally light. Because heavy leaders create fearful organizations, but light leaders create inspired movements. Laghima means freedom from mental weight. A leader often carries yesterday into today. Old failures, old betrayals, old disappointments, old mistakes. And slowly the mind becomes overloaded. Laghima teaches, carry responsibility, but do not carry unnecessary burden. Leadership is not about holding everything. Leadership is knowing what to release. Some leaders keep replaying, why did they betray me? Why did that project fail? Why did that person leave? And this inner heaviness drains their energy. Laghima says, release what no longer serves your mission. A lighter mind sees farther. Laghima means lightness in ego. One of the heaviest things in leadership is ego. Ego makes simple conversations complicated. Ego turns feedback into insult. Ego turns disagreement into war. Ego turns correction into humiliation. A leader with heavy ego cannot grow because heavy ego resists learning. Laghima leadership means, I can lead without proving. I can guide without controlling. I can listen without defending. I can correct without attacking. A light leader does not need to dominate every room. Their presence speaks without noise. Laghima means emotional lightness. Leaders absorb energy from many people. Fear from staff, pressure from family, stress from business, negativity from society. If the leader absorbs everything, eventually they collapse. Laghima teaches emotional detachment, not coldness, not indifference, but healthy separation. You care deeply without drowning in everything. This is emotional mastery. A leader must feel but not become imprisoned by feelings. That is Laghima. Laghima means simplicity in decision-making. Heavy minds complicate simple things. Overthinking destroys action. Some leaders delay decisions because they fear mistakes. They think, more analysis, more meetings, more discussions, more waiting. But sometimes leadership requires inner lightness, the courage to move. Laghima teaches, clarity comes from lightness. When your mind is not crowded, you can decide faster. And faster does not mean careless, it means clear. Laghima means adaptability. A heavy object cannot move quickly. A light object can flow. Modern leadership demands flexibility. Markets change, people change, technology changes, society changes. A rigid leader breaks, a light leader adapts. Laghima leadership means I can change without losing myself. That is rare strength. Laghima means light presence. Some leaders create pressure when they enter a room. People become nervous, communication shuts down, creativity disappears. But some leaders create ease. People relax, ideas flow, truth emerges. That is Laghima presence. A leader does not always need to be intense. Sometimes leadership is the ability to make others feel lighter around you. That creates trust, and trust builds stronger teams than fear ever can. Laghima means releasing control. Heavy leadership often comes from over-control, trying to manage every detail, every person, every outcome. But control creates exhaustion. Laghima teaches delegation, trust, empowerment, flow. A leader must know, I do not need to carry everything myself. The lighter the leader, the stronger the organization becomes. Laghima in Leadership Tantra Model. In the Leadership Tantra Model, Laghima becomes a daily inner discipline. It means reducing inner density, removing mental clutter, emotional toxicity, egoic tension, fearful attachment. Leadership Tantra teaches energy rises when burden reduces. When inner heaviness dissolves, higher intelligence awakens. Then leadership becomes natural, not forced.
Daily practice of Laghima Siddhi for leaders. Every day, practice these. Morning silence. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Ask, what am I carrying unnecessarily today? Breath awareness. Take slow, deep breaths. With each exhale, imagine releasing weight. Mental decluttering. Write down what matters, what does not. Remove the unnecessary. Forgiveness practice. Release resentment daily. Heavy emotions poison leadership. Simplify. One decision. Each day, make one decision quickly with clarity. Laugh more. Laghima also means lightheartedness. Leaders who never smile become internally rigid. Joy is leadership energy. 10. The highest meaning of Laghima. The highest meaning of Laghima is this. A leader may carry great responsibility without becoming crushed by it. That is mastery. To lead without heaviness. To act without strain. To influence without pressure. To serve without exhaustion. That is sacred leadership. That is conscious leadership. That is Laghima leadership. Final reflection. Remember this deeply. The world does not only need strong leaders. The world needs light leaders. Leaders who can carry much without becoming burdened. Leaders who can rise above fear, above ego, above emotional heaviness. Because sometimes the greatest power in leadership is not becoming bigger, it is becoming lighter. And when a leader becomes lighter within, they rise higher in life.
If this series has helped you reflect, grow, or reimagine your leadership, please leave a rating and share it with your network. If this inspired you, share it with someone who leads with their heart. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow our series, Reinvent Yourself and Conceal the Leader Within. Let's bring back value-based leadership, one story at a time.